Double platinum English duo Royal Blood have ascended to become one of the world's biggest and most vital rock bands. The electrifying anthems of their latest album, Typhoons, takes listeners on a rock and roll roller coaster while exploring classic rock, disco, and dance music. Join Royal Blood live as we celebrate the launch of their third studio album, Typhoons, here on Apple Music's First Listen.
Yes, indeed. Robots, riffs, two stand-up guys from Brighton making an incredible raucous racket. These are the ingredients you need to make a seminal and brilliant third album called Typhoons. This is a First Listen event on Apple Music to make it official. What's up, everybody? I'm Zane, Lowe, and I'm not alone. We have fans who are gathered from all over the world inside this experience. Everybody is ready and super. There you go. What's up, everybody? Royal Blood fans are the best. Everybody is ready for this release. In a few hours' time, the album is going to be live right here on Apple Music. You can stream it, love it, get to know it, and get ready for the shows that will inevitably follow. As well as catching up with fans, we also have some very special guests joining us on this episode of First Listen. But of course, it must begin with the artists themselves. Right now, coming to us live from London, the upper echelons of rock and roll aristocracy, the royalist of bloods. Ben, Mike, what's going on, guys? Good to see you. How are you?
We're doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I wish I could see you in person. I miss you. I haven't seen you for so long. It's a sentiment shared by everybody all over the world, obviously for very obvious reasons. But I'm glad that we can do this, and it's great to see you. Congrats on the completion and near release of this brilliant new album, Typhoons. Ben, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's great to have new music coming out, man.
Yeah, of course. And I guess in a way, Mike, you know, you were working on this record already, and then, you know, you decided to kind of focus on it in a different way, and it kind of changed shape. I mean, the whole thing has just been a work in progress, right? Both personally, in terms of what you've been going through, and Ben, but also creatively. It's probably been one of the most malleable creative processes of your journey thus far, right?
Yeah, I think it feels like a real reflection of how we've evolved and changed as people. I feel like the music's caught up with where we're at. You know, we've been on a real journey over the past 8 or 9 years in this band, and yeah, my life certainly changed a lot, certainly the way I live it, and I think all of that is represented in this record.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that in the music? Because there are sonic changes, we'll get to that. There's new grooves, there's you know, a whole new feel to the record to some degree without sort of sacrificing what makes it special. But can you sort of hear those changes that you went through personally, and also just coming back together and moving back to Brighton? Can you hear all that in the music?
Definitely. I think there's a real juxtaposition between how I was feeling when we were writing these songs, which was, to be honest, in a really positive frame of mind. I'd just come out of this real dark period of my life, and I was feeling alive for the first time in a long time. Yet lyrically, I had a lot to say about where I'd just come from, and yeah, I think that's why that's kind of where the dark and light come together in this record. It's a counterpoint that we felt was interesting.
You know, Ben, just the simple sort of fact that your friend moved home. You know, we know Mike sort of lived elsewhere for a while there, and you were still able to keep the band together and would tour and remain close. But just that proximity, you know, knowing that he's down the road or up the road or wherever he is in Brighton. I mean, how important was that to you?
Oh, really important. It's where the magic happens, is when we're both together and we're both creating energy together and making these songs. So, yeah, real important to be together.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's great to see you guys together here. The album is unreal. Unreal. And I don't quite know what you had to go through to get it out of your system. We're going to find out. We've got some special guests joining us who have a few questions as well. And of course, the fans are here. And we're going to get a fan question very soon. But first, we're going to remind people exactly why we're here. In a few hours' time, the album Typhoons is going to be right here on Apple Music. You can stream it and love it. And this is the title track right now on First Listen. Yeah, the video for Typhoons. Was that a cold one, boys? On that day when you were shooting the video?
It was freezing. I actually had a guy with like a leaf blower in my face, just with someone else was lobbing leaves, and Got a few in the mouth. Yeah, it was a grim evening.
You said leave it out, mate.
Leave it out.
Stop, Ben, stop. We
Come
all
on.
saw it. We all saw around that corner. Doesn't mean you have to drive there. We all saw
Leave
it coming.
it.
We all saw it coming. Never stop.
Trouble's
Ben-
coming.
Ben,
There he goes again.
Watch out. Here comes Truffle. You know
The
what's funny
bargain
about
bin.
music videos is that people always, you see them and you think like, yeah, glamorous. But have you ever done a music video where it's been fun? I know that's a weird thing to say, but it is long days, right?
It's a valid question because for those that don't know, it's the best job in the world, but that is definitely the worst bit of it. You find yourself just miming and playing the same thing over and over again. Usually in some way you definitely shouldn't be.
We had real fun in the ones that we weren't in, though.
Yeah, they're our best videos, and I think that says everything, really.
Yeah, but you guys have been front and center on this one because it means so much to you. I can tell that you want to remind people that you're a band and you're a performing band and that you have the chemistry. And also that you're a band of the people. And what's really cool about the videos and the overarching aesthetic of the album is that there's a real sort of community feeling to it. Dare I say, kind of the last gang in town. It's like all the people in the videos, everyone moving in unison, a sense of like we're moving towards something. Maybe it's change, revolution, something of that nature. Does that make sense? Was that kind of a prevailing feeling? Definitely.
I think that's reflected in particularly in Typhoons, obviously. I think that video for us was, sometimes when you're trying to come up with a video idea, you can completely overthink and overcomplicate something, but something as simple as that one, we just want to kind of put that message across as clearly as possible.
Yeah. Warriors come out to play. Hey, the fans are here. This is really exciting. What we love about doing a First Listen event live around the world on Apple Music is that, we've done this multiple times and I love it every time, but we actually get to hear from fans who are just super excited about the release of this album, which is a couple of hours away. So right now we're going to check in with a fan. I think her name is Sarah Reedy. Is that right? Sarah, are you there?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Sarah. Of course, you got the boys. Let's go.
So this album has an explosion of new sound, which some of us were lucky enough to first hear when you played Boilermaker on the last tour. Did you both know at that point that was the direction you wanted the album to go, or did it come into its own in the confines of lockdown?
That's a great question, Sarah.
I think, it's a really good question. I think we always need that song when starting a new record to prove to ourselves that we have something new to say and we have something new to bring to the table. And a song like Boilermaker, for example, as well, was a great opportunity to play it in front of fans and go and give some of these songs a test drive before we go into the studio. But to be honest with you, we didn't want that to be get in our own way. I think we still felt like we needed to go into the studio with an open mind and see what else there was, rather than fixating on a blueprint before the journey sort of begun.
Stay there, Sarah, because I wanted to follow that up actually and ask you, like, did Boilermaker sound vastly different when you were playing it live versus what came out of the studio with Josh and everything else?
So working with Josh was obviously, for us, an amazing experience. And that song really was, at the time, before we went into the studio with Josh, it was puzzle pieces. We knew we had loads of great sections, but we didn't know how to put it together.
Yeah.
And he did such an amazing job of arranging this song with us, and he helped keep it really unpredictable. And I think he just kept a lot of fun in it. I think at that point I think we always found the studio could be quite a serious place, and Josh just kind of made it really, really fun. There was lots of wigs, he was cracking jokes constantly, and it just kind of set such a good tone for how records should be made. It should be fun and it should be a joyous experience.
Well, thanks, Sarah. That was a great question. We're going to stay on the subject of Joshua Homme right now because, and by the way, there is a hashtag you should use, which is hashtag First Listen Royal Blood. Please get involved in the conversation. We're live. There's no point of being live unless we can actually be a part of that conversation, so please use it. We've got some friends who want to catch up with you guys as well, and as I said, the subject of Josh remains at the forefront of this rock and roll heavy metal legends question. So let's check in with, well, he doesn't even need an introduction. Let's see if he can do it himself. This guy's unbelievable.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Ben. Hi, Zane. My name is Lars. I'm a big Royal Blood fan here in San Francisco. Thank you for taking my question. My question is, how did you guys end up working with Josh Homme, which is such a cool thing? I'm curious. Tell me more. How did you end up working with him, and what exactly is he doing? That's my question. Much love to you all from San Francisco.
Incredible.
So, gentlemen, if I may just recap on behalf of our good friend, Lars Ulrich, who's been watching a lot of William Shatner lately. How did you first team up with Joshua Homme?
First of all, what is happening?
Second of all, we're not worthy.
Yeah, we are not worthy.
We're not worthy.
He's the greatest.
Let's great question. Let's answer it. So, Lars, we toured with Queens of the Stone Age for a very long time. I reckon 4 or 5 months. It was an absolute masterclass. We had the notepads at the ready. We learnt a lot, and I like to think we came out the other end of that tour a much better band.
But they became our mates.
They became our friends, went from fans to friends, and I think by the time we got into the studio, it didn't feel, there was nothing too organised about it. It was so inevitable that was going to happen. I remember very little discussion about it happening. It was more of, when are we going to do this, rather than should we do this.
But then you went in, Mike, with Josh,
Desert Sessions.
Yeah. And you got to see Josh in his producer role, and I remember Mike phoning me saying, we've got to work with Josh. He's such a great inspiration to us and such a great producer and songwriter, and he's up for it. So it was so straightforward for us to go and do that with him, and he made it so much fun, and it was such a creative thing to do with him, and yeah, it was just a fantastic experience.
You can hear it. It's all over Boilermaker, and let's watch it right now. Come back and continue to catch up with Ben and Mike. Royal Blood, Typhoons is coming. This is Boilermaker. Absolute crusher, total smasher, undeniable festival demolisher. Don't know where you're going to put that in the set. You're going to have to pick super carefully. That one's unreal. What, song number 1? What do you reckon?
I think it's a good opener. I think it's a good opener. I'll just milk that riff for about 20 minutes.
Play it.
Brutal.
No, but you're right. You just get in there with that band for like 6 minutes until people are just about, and then just come.
Yeah.
That's it.
Architects, we love him. You love him. You know him. You work with him. Sam's just a wonderful human being, so that's why he showed up today.
And a terrible human being at the same time.
Okay, well, maybe we'll get to that, but right now, let's just hear what he has to say to you guys from a loving point of view. And by the way, nice synergy with the Metallica on his chest, too.
Hello boys, it's Sam from Architects. I hope you guys are doing okay. I just got a quick question. Obviously we've collaborated together before. And I was just wondering if there was anyone that you want to collaborate with, or anyone that you did collaborate with on this record, and also who are some younger bands that are inspiring you and other musicians that are inspiring you that you might want to collaborate with in the future. Congratulations on the release, boys. I love you.
You got this, Ben.
Look at Sam from Architects coming in with a 2-part question.
Look at him. That's 2 questions in one.
That's years, isn't it? Years of media.
Let's see if we can get.
What was the first question?
First one was something about I don't know, it's so long. Our first one was
collaborations.
Collaborations.
Well, it would have been Architects, but you've already done that now.
Done that.
Yeah.
So, Collaborations are a difficult thing for Royal Blood. We've not done many. We obviously did Run the Jewels,
Yes.
which was an incredible experience, and we're thrilled that that was kind of the first thing that we ever did. But
I think more of Run the Jewels.
more of Run the Jewels could be great.
For a long,
I like that.
A long
I like where it's
time
going.
ago. A long time ago, we always said if there was a collaboration, just based off the fact of how fun it would be Run the Jewels. But it seemed like so unreachable and ridiculous, and we thought they're not going to like us or anything to do with us. And suddenly it became a reality. And when we got to feature on their record, it felt like the beginning of something. So, Run the Jewels, if you're watching, let's continue. Let's do
Well,
more.
at the
It's a
risk
great
of being
idea.
rude to Sam from Architects, because it was a two-part question,
Sorry.
we can perhaps parlay the second question to later if we have time, because we have such synergy at the moment off the back of your desire to work once more with Run the Jewels. Let's find out how he feels about it from the one and only LP.
Hey, I'm LP from Run the Jewels. Congratulations to my friends Royal Blood for the release of their new record. It's been a long time coming. I don't know what question I should ask you. I guess what I'm wondering is, it's weird to me that you guys, and I'm going to say this directly, make it personal, Michael, Benjamin. It's weird that you are pretending to be friends. Does the world know that this is all a charade? And how long do you think that you can keep this charade going? It seems like it's sort of destined to end, you know? So good luck and congrats again, but stop the lies.
Finally,
Busted.
somebody gets to the truth of the matter. I mean, everybody who knows you guys knows that this has been rock and roll's most farcical union from day one.
It's
I mean,
all a ruse.
can I prove a point? Right now, it looks like Mike is on one side of London and Ben's on the other side of London.
Let us prove a point, Zane.
Look at that, huh?
This is one of the. Yeah, look at this. I don't want this. You can see.
Oh, the big screen now.
Yeah. No amount of money. Yeah, we agreed no physical contact.
Yeah.
That was before COVID.
But we've had COVID tests, and we're both come out the same results.
Safety
And
first.
so whatever the result of that is, it's the same.
It's the same. Definitely
Well,
is
I think
now.
what you're saying is that it's a double negative for a singular positive. A double negative COVID test for a positive outcome. You know,
That's exactly what I was saying.
LP jests, obviously, because we know that you guys are incredibly close. But how? Let me see if I can cobble together something off of that. How do you handle the disagreements and the moments when you're not entirely sure if the other one's right?
I always feel like if there's any disagreement on something, there's almost a game we have where if you believe in it enough, you've got to sell it a bit harder. Maybe the sell wasn't good. Whereas if you're not willing to go back and do the sell, then it probably wasn't good enough in the first place.
Right.
And I also have a theory on if we don't both think it's great, then it's probably not great. And I think the sound of the band is only agreements, really. There's never anything where one of us doesn't feel stoked about the other part, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, just being the two of you, I think it probably keeps things as simple as it can do. You get the benefit of collaboration of somebody to give you that feedback, but you don't have 4, 5, 6 people who are all kind of looking to contribute.
Thank
which
God.
I don't know how
right?
people do that.
Can get
I don't
tough.
know how.
No.
Yeah, it's
The
tough.
Spice Girls said it the best, didn't they? Two become one.
Yes, nicely done. Is that your favorite Spice Girls song? It's my favorite.
It is. It is my favourite. I'm glad we shared that.
Yeah, me too. Do you think Posh Spice is ever going to rejoin them on tour?
No,
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think they. I think they've done their bit now. They should just keep the legacy up and just, let's go back and listen to the Spice Girls #1 album.
Which one? I mean,
The
stack
first
them up.
one.
Okay,
I mean, the
debut.
first one.
Classic.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, gosh.
Sorry, I mean, I did like the other one as well.
I'm not entirely
And
sure.
the other one.
I'm not entirely sure where they fit into the inspiration side of this new album, but there are new sounds. You've talked openly about recently about dance music and that idea of what a 4 on the floor beat could mean to you. Just how much fun was that, and where directly were you getting your inspiration? Everyone's doing 2-part questions now. How much fun was that, and where were you getting your direct inspiration for that change from?
I think we had a bit of a eureka moment where, for lack of a better word, we were jamming, and Ben was playing these much more rigid, dance-tempoed beats, and when I was kind of riffing over the top of them, something clicked where I suddenly had all this headroom and all this space to kind of almost like dance on top of them, and it made me immediately think of AC/DC and Angus Young and the way his riffs almost karate chop over the top of these beats, and suddenly you have these huge fists of air that just get you in between, and I realised there was like a bit of a magic trick in that, and it's one that we'd weirdly never really done before, and it seemed so obvious, and I think once we got onto that, it was so hard to turn it off. Every song we wanted to feel like that. It felt like a party playlist that we didn't want to.
Once the disco gets you, it's over. I mean, if you actually think about even like a great reference with AC/DC, but also like things like Giorgio Moroder, Right Through to Justice, they all work in that same sort of rigid space, and yet what they do over the top of it is almost classical. It's like there's so many notes and so much movement. And I think that's what you're describing. It's like, but it's true. It's like not everybody recognizes that. You think if it's 4 on the floor, right, Ben? It's got to be like stick to the beat, and it just doesn't have to be that way.
Absolutely. Like, people like Just East are like, for me, like a metal band that play keyboards.
Yeah.
And that's why we have such similarities and we're influenced by them so much, because what they come out with is almost like rock music, and it's loud, but it's also danceable, and it's something that we've grown up listening to and just love and would play on the bus. And it was, I think, that type of music, like the French dance thing with Daft Punk, it was something that we listened to on the tour bus when we got off stage, and I think it was something that we wanted to bring onto the stage a little bit with us, and to start the party there.
Nailed it. And now you can also incorporate your songs into DJ sets, whole other little sidebar thing going on there, and start to go even further. Remix albums, like you must be thinking about those seriously, because so much of this record lends itself to going even deeper into that space.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's funny, I think even when we were writing parts of these songs, we almost approached them as if they were existing samples that we were almost like looping over and over again. So if we wrote a riff or a beat, we'd take one section of it and be like, repeat it again and again and again, and sort of manually sample ourselves. And I think it totally got us into that remix world, where we take initial idea and then remix it, but manually, if that makes sense.
It does, and it's going to make a whole lot more sense in a few hours when the album's streaming. Typhoons is coming, but right now we've got a very special treat, because ahead of that, we have something brand new that no one's heard around the world right now. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the first listen of All We Have Is Now. I mean, I just love the sound of that, and I think about when you first came out and we got to know each other, and the music was just so electrifying and intense and in your face, and you were just like making that statement. I just don't think you would have had the confidence to stretch out into a space like that, and to hear you being able to make a piece of music like that, which just draws all this inspiration from the Pink Floyds and the Elton Johns and the Bowies and that timeless astral sound. Tell us a story about making that one.
So this song was something that I just had really written for myself and had no intention of showing anyone. And I guess I was a little bit shy about playing it for someone because it was so personal. And I guess I was so vulnerable in this song as well. And usually I'm not hiding, but at least wearing you know, a pretty big mask in some of these songs, particularly some of the older songs. And we were in the studio late one night, and I plucked up the courage to sort of play it for Ben. I was like, you know, I've kind of got this new thing, like, it's not really finished, but I was gonna, let me just sort of play it. And I got to the end, and Ben was on the other side of the piano, and his head just popped up from the other side, and he was like, that's amazing, you've got to record that. So we just recorded it there and then in that moment, and we didn't even mix it. We just left it and left the studio. And when it came to putting this album together, Ben was so for putting this song on the record. I think it both means a lot to us. We both know what it's about, and that stays between us. And yeah, it felt like this song needed a home, and it belonged on the record, basically.
Congratulations, that's a huge moment as a songwriter to be able to dive deep and to pull something out that remains personal to you, but very sort of valuable to us as fans. And like I said, just hearing you stretch out into a space like that, I just think this album has kicked open the door in such a wide way for you to be able to go wherever you want. Somebody who's already a fan and that you've inspired hugely is about to join us, a very special fan who has kind of been single-handedly to some degree been waving the flag for rock and roll around the world during quarantine. She's now just a global superstar, and understandably so, just immensely talented. Let's find out who it is right now on First Listen.
Hello, Ben and Mike, the legendary Royal Bloods. My name is Nandy Bushell. I'm 10 years old, but I'm almost 11. I became such a big fan of you guys because, Ben, your drumming is amazing. I love those catchy tunes. Boom, ba 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 dum ba dum. They're hard to play and they're really rocky. And Mike, how you use a bass but it sounds like a guitar is really clever. And those catchy tunes, oh, so amazing! I covered this song Out of the Black because I heard this on the radio and I just loved how catchy and in the groove it was. And I was like, let's do it, sounds awesome. And it was amazing to learn, and I had such a fun time covering it. Also, congratulations on your new awesome album.
Amazing. Incredible.
What a superstar.
The future.
Totally.
That's the future.
It's the right now as well. I mean, you can put her on, I mean, like literally that good. It's incredible to hear how she's taken inspiration and turned it into something completely new. And her energy, she loves the catchy tunes. I mean, the way she describes music is unbelievable. She clearly feels it, you know what I mean? Like to the core.
I remember that feeling. I remember being 11 years old and hearing the Chili Peppers and feeling exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah. What about you, Mike? Just while we're talking about Nandy, and that was just such a beautiful description of your music. Who was it for you when you were that age? You know, what really got inside you and made you want to do this?
For me, it was Queen. I bought that greatest hits Queen trilogy CD from Sainsbury's, my local record store, and I'd only heard Bohemian Rhapsody from Wayne's World, like a lot of people my age, and yeah, like listening to Queen for the first time, it was like it just blew my mind. It was like discovering 1,000 new colours at the same time. Yeah. And I just dedicated my life to that moment to music. I learned Bohemian Rhapsody from all the way through. At school, I would just spend all lunchtime just desperately learning this entire song, and I just, yeah, that's the band that really threw me into music.
So how do you feel now seeing the way Nandy talked about your music and plays your music, to know that you're that band for her and for millions of people around the world, that you've become that?
It's incredible, and I think it shows that this is how music works. You know, it's an energy that you pass on, and you know, it wasn't that long ago I was in my bedroom just, you know, rinsing these songs on any instrument I could and just wanting to get inside them and live inside them and learn them, because it is so exhilarating when you're in that space.
Well, thank you, Nandi, for sharing those thoughts on First Listen and taking the time to do so. You're a superstar already, and gosh, the future is so bright. The album Typhoons is coming out in a few hours' time. This is a celebration. This is a chance for us alongside fans to celebrate Royal Blood and all the incredible hard work and dedication and love they put into this brand new album. And there they are. There's your fan base right there. And this is particularly special, I'm sure, guys, because you haven't been able to see your fans for a long time, like every other artist on the planet.
It's really weird, and it's been, we felt it, you know. We've done some live sessions and some radio sessions, whatever, but not having our fans with us and not having a crowd with us, we just realize even more how much we feed off that energy when we play. You know, there's such a connection between the two, and yeah, not having our fans with us is like having a limb missing. The band almost doesn't make much sense when we're on our own. We feed off a crowd.
Yeah. You know, there's a song on the album, and I'm not quite sure if it's this literal, but the title speaks volumes for what's been going on, and that's Hold On. People are going to get a first listen to the song in a second, but first of all, can you just tell us a few things about that song, what it does mean from your perspective without giving away anything you don't want to, and just kind of a little story about it?
So this is the first song, I guess, lyrically I wrote for someone really special in my life, and who was going through a really, really tough time. And I wanted to write a song for them, basically, and I wanted to give them a bespoke anthem that they could have in their life. And that's the first time I've written a song from that perspective, and I had so much love and energy to give to this person. And I think, yeah, it's a song we're really proud of. It's really hard to, well, I think for us, it was hard to try to find a song like that that's positive and it has a feel-good energy that isn't cheesy, basically. And I think because of where it was coming from, it felt genuine enough to kind of go there.
Yeah, let's listen to it right now. Here's your first listen of Royal Blood's Hold On. Yeah, that looked like a much more fun video to make as well, guys. For that one.
We have a cracking video on the way for that song.
It's being filmed right now.
Today,
there you go.
Right now.
When bad jokes get great answers. We're going to get to a fan in a second, but first of all, I do have to ask, how was it when you played that song for the person in question for the first time? Without going into detail, just what was that experience like?
I guess, yeah, almost similar to All We Have Is Now. There's an air of sort of being slightly shy about it, but yeah, their reaction was they just kind of burst into tears, basically, because it's something that they needed to hear, you know. Yeah. So yeah, it was a powerful moment.
I'm sure. Okay, fans, it's time now to catch up with another one. I'm not entirely sure who we've got, so let's just find out. Hopefully they introduce themselves. Let's get the fan up on First Listen right now. Hi.
Hey, my name's Emily. I'm from Boston.
Hi, Emily.
I just wanted to congratulate you on the release of the new record. And I definitely know what that's like. I'm an audio engineer, so that's a big feat. I wanted to ask you guys what you were listening to when you made the record.
We were so immersed in making this album, and we can be like sponges sometimes, so we're always cautious about what we're listening to, because I think sometimes for us it can make us doubt ourselves by listening to what other people are doing. And I think once we had Troubles Coming and Typhoons, it was almost like we put the blinkers on and tried to shut everything else out, you know. So the truth is, it was just ourselves. Yeah. We were just listening to a lot of demos and a lot of songs in progress. Yeah.
But also, like,
awesome.
The record was made between like the last 2 years. So there's all kinds of music that's come out in that time that has inspired us and been in our subconscious. But but I think when we latch onto something, like Mike was saying, we just put the blinkers on and we're just like straightforward with Royal Blood music, really.
Thanks,
For sure.
Emily.
Thank you, guys.
Great question. Thanks for joining us on First Listen. Mike, is it just me, or is Ben sounding more like Tom Hardy in every Tom Hardy role he's ever been in since I've last seen him. He's like so...
Yeah,
Like-
but more like a sort of Tom Hardy press conference, I think.
He's very Tom Hardy press conference. Like, what on earth are you saying?
And before we started this interview, Zane, we were talking about how this kind of seemed like a film press conference, and I would definitely be the director. Yeah. Michelle Kerry was the name we settled on.
And with the jacket and the collar up and the hair and a little bit of shine on the forehead. Michelle, you look fantastic.
The notorious Michelle Kelly.
We've got one more special guest joining us. This one might even surprise you, but first we're going to play Oblivion. Before we get into that, who helped you produce this record? Who helped you get the sound out?
This record kicked us off, you know, with that session with Josh. And I think from that point onwards, it was almost like we packed our bags and we were left facing Mount Everest, but with all the equipment we needed to go and climb it. So we ended up producing a lot of this ourselves, and not necessarily something we decided to do. It was more something that was happening already, and I think lockdown made us do that, and it made us take control.
Yeah, you can hear it. So good. This is Oblivion on First Listen.
Toadfish!
There it is, your first listen of Oblivion, a brand new song taken from the album, which is called Typhoons. You just did a time check, Ben. How long before the album's out?
It is 3.5 hours, thereabouts.
Exciting times, fans.
But if you come to my house, it's out right now.
Press conference, Tom Hardy there, ladies and gentlemen. Getting back to the first listen situation, we've had some great guests joining us right here on this show. We've had Sam from Architects. We've had Lars from Metallica. We've had LP from Run the Jewels. Stacking up a mean guest list, but we're not done. Roll the tape.
Hi, Ben and Mike. It's Elton. I want to congratulate you on the release of your brand new album, Typhoons, which I absolutely love. It's a stunning record, and it's a little shift away from what you've done before, but it's fantastic. So I've been playing it a lot on my radio show, and I will continue to do so. Congratulations, and I send you lots of love.
Wow. Wow.
Again,
The
we're
great.
not worthy.
The great. You know, if you listen to him, he'll tell anyone who'll listen that he discovered you, and he'll tell it at the detriment of me and anybody else who was right there when you guys first came out. Elton will take credit, and here's the thing: we all let him, because he's so on the game. He's so on his game when it comes to new music. Like, I'm not sure I know anybody in my life, let alone who has a show on Apple Music, who is as dedicated to new music as Elton John is. It's incredible.
It's wild, and I remember actually a friend of mine going, "Dude, you'll never believe it, Elton John's playing your music on his radio show," and to have support so early on from one of my heroes, my absolute heroes, is ridiculous. This is crazy. I saw Elton John play a couple of years ago, and it was without a doubt the best show I've ever seen in my life. So
You told me it was the best thing you've ever seen at Brighton Cricket Ground.
it was ridiculous.
And there's been some great innings at Brighton Cricket Ground over the years, some timeless innings.
There has. Elton
That was just the
tops
cricket.
it by far.
By far. Didn't you join him on his radio show? Weren't you on the Rocket Hour recently, Mike? Ben? Both of you?
Yes,
One of you?
we were terrified. Absolutely terrified.
Yeah. But he's so lovely, and he's such a, Elton really is like the ultimate, mentor to artists, I think, and not in a way that's like I've been there and done that. His curiosity is so deep about what you do that you forget that you're talking to the modern, the source.
You're absolutely right, and he's been nothing but supportive to us, and my recent sobriety as well. We've talked about that, and he's been nothing but really encouraging and supportive of that, which is also amazing.
Gentlemen, we've come to the end of what's been a really, really lovely lead up to this album. We're a little ahead of time. There's still a few hours to wait for fans, but that's nothing compared to how long we've been waiting for you guys to come back and be in such great form. My last question for you before we bid you adieu is, playing live, I mean, it's what you do. I mean, even the albums, when they're produced as beautifully by you as this one, still have that essence of a great performance band. So what are shows looking like? I mean, obviously you can't rush, and no one wants to. It happens, when it's safe. But what can you tell us about the horizon? What's on it?
We've got a few festivals that we're hopeful to play this summer in the UK. And then we've got, hopefully we can get out of the country and join our fans all around the world. But we've just got to wait for that green light. Other than that, we have a arena tour booked in the UK for March 2022.
Amazing.
Which is going to be the biggest shows we've ever played, and we just can't wait to be back on that stage, Zane. I mean, you've seen us live. You've seen how we thrive as a live band, and how we produce this music because we love playing it on a stage with our fans in front of us, and we just can't wait to do that again.
If you haven't seen Royal Blood live, you got to jump at the chance when the doors open again on the world stage, because it is so instinctive, and just the chemistry is so electrifying that there are times I fear that it's going to fall off and spiral into outer space, and somehow you always bring it back. I can't wait to hear how this album fits into that chaos. It's been really great to see you both. Heartfelt congratulations from myself and everybody at Apple Music, and of course all the fans. Thank you for joining us in this episode of First Listen. We feel your presence. It's really important that we have that. Thank you so much for joining us and bringing all that energy and that love. I know the guys appreciate it. Any last words to your fans before we say goodnight?
Yes. We hope you enjoy the full record when it's out at midnight in the UK. If you've heard it already, I hope you're loving it there. We can't wait to be with you again and play shows and have photographs and do fist pumps and all of that lot. And it's going to be, it's going to be great.
Amen.
Amen to that. Guys, congrats. Enjoy the moment. You've earned it. We're going to finish with Limbo. Thanks for taking part in this. I'll see you soon, I hope, in person.
Thank you, Zane.
Thank you, Zane.
Thank you so much. Thanks, man.